Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Thanks for stopping by. If you just watched my video, I just made a basic tools. This is more advanced tools and maybe how much they cost and what they're used for. So whether you just watched my last video or you stumbled upon this video first, thanks for stopping by, appreciate it. So some basic tools I went over last time, and these are some more advanced tools that you don't necessarily need, but they'll help you out and what they're used for. So you can, this probably should have been in the last video, a level or whatever, but it's not truly necessary as a basic starting out tool as an electrician, but you definitely want your stuff to be level, whether it's cover plates or hanging boxes, anything like that, or hanging lights. You're going to want a level to make sure your stuff is straight. A stubby screwdriver really helps out whether you're in a tight situation or anything like that. And then I also have a hole shooters down here to cut out holes nice and clean. So as you can see here in a second, if I can get this out, sorry. These are for cutting out metal. They cut out, as you can see, a circular hole, or you can buy a step bit which has a tip. Mine is broken, but it'll just start out from scratch and go as big as you want, and the one over there just does a determined size. Alright, so some more advanced tools. Right here you got a meter. This does many different things. It tells you voltage, amperage, and also you can do continuity testing with resistance, and so that's like 90 bucks. And you probably want, I don't know the price difference on the T600 and the 2000. This is a 600 volt and the T1000 is 1000 volt. So if it's not too much, grab the 1000 volt. But anyways, this is like 92 bucks when I got it like 3 or 4 years ago. So there's that. Other advanced tools here. You got your wire stripper for MC wire. It really helps out, and it's probably the preferred method instead of using your dikes and cutting the wire, and you could possibly hit the wire when you cut the wire. So I mean, depending on how you were taught or whatever, but it seems like everyone that I've worked for always wants you to use these and anti-shorts. So more advanced tools, you're gonna want a jab saw. I just have like a little homemade sheath right here, but this is for cutting drywall. Depending on what you're doing, really, it just all depends. But you got your tin snips here if you're working with a lot of metal ceilings or metal studs. You got your crescent. Is this a crescent wrench? I don't remember the name, but a wrench here that you can make as big as you want or small as you want. You got your ratcheting wrenches. These are 4 on each one, so if you're in a tight spot, you can just like go up on the ceiling and go, and then just get the nuts tight, bolts or screws or whatever as tight or loose as you want. If you're in a tight situation, you got your twirly right here. So if you're putting on cover plates, you're putting a screw in, you just twirl it like that, and it either goes on or off depending on which direction you go. I don't really use these. I don't really like these unless I'm taking screws off. You can get square screwdrivers, or you can just get a big multi screwdriver like this with a bunch of different tips inside. You'll definitely want linemans eventually, whether it's starting out or down the road. And these are good for like pulling fish tapes, cutting big wires, just grabbing things, whatever you need to do. You can sometimes use a hammer to like hit in staples or whatever the case may be. If you're thinking like you want some high leverage cutters, this is good for cutting MC, but it's not too tricky to close them or whatever with a wire in there, but they definitely cut really nice and cut really crispy. That didn't really make sense. Needle nose pliers are really good for like remodel boxes, for tightening up battleships, if you know what that is. But it's basically, never mind, I'm not even going to go into that. And these are also good for remodel boxes, long skinny screwdrivers for popping in MC. If you're working with MC and you have a remodel box, you just stick it through the top of the box and then click in the MC connector. That probably won't make sense to you if you don't know what I'm talking about, but you got your definitely a pipe reamer is a tool that you'll want if you're working with pipe. It does 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch for this one. I don't know if they make bigger or whatnot. You're gonna want an Allen key set for different Allen sizes. I would definitely go with the Klein one. You don't want a metal one, especially if you're working in a hot bus or anything. You don't want to be touching metal to metal. You will get shocked, most likely. Every time I've touched a hot wire that I know of, I've gotten shocked, so I don't know how people work live circuits or anything like that. So I think that basically goes over mostly everything that I have. This is just extra stuff, screwdrivers, but you can also get like drill bit sets. You can get different things that go in your drill for nut drivers or screws, or nut drivers, I guess, bolts or whatever, but wire nut thing for twisting wire nuts if you want to save your wrist. File for filing sharp objects, and then yeah, I'd say a drill bit set, whether it's a paddle bit or this kind of whatever bit this is. Gonna want some of those for just cutting a basic hole through either sheetrock or wood, because your wires are going to be going through wood or a ceiling, or just making holes through sheetrock or whatever the case may be. So I think that goes over some of the advanced tools, at least that I have. And the cost, well, depends on what brand you want. Like I said in my last video, what you're willing to spend, and what you want to look like, and what job you're exactly doing. But most of the stuff isn't too expensive. I think the highest thing here is probably these cable cutters, which is like $35, or the dikes, which are probably closer to $40 these days. I think that's basically it. So that's all I can really think of. This is all the only thing I can think of off the top of my head that's that expensive. The level is like $40, so maybe that, or the tester, which was like $90 if you're looking at a troubleshooting or anything like that. So that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully this will be helpful. This video is a little bit shorter at 6 minutes, so with that being said, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. God bless. Have an awesome rest of your day. If you want anything, if you want a video, let me know in the comments below, whether electrical or over cars or anything like that. Drop a comment below, and I'll try my best to help you guys out with what you guys want to see. So either leave a comment with that, or if you like the video or don't like the video or whatever, and if you want to be notified when I upload videos, hit that bell button. If not, just come back to YouTube and check out every once in a while. I'll try to make videos more often, and with that being said, see you in the next one. Also, lastly, like I said, depending on the situation, your boss or company you may work for may ask you to buy certain tools, or they may even supply you tools. So with that being said, you might need like a socket set, or like some type of ratchet or whatever, just depending on what you're doing or whatever like that. So keep that in mind.